Hello students, welcome back to the continuation of the previous lecture, and this happens to be the lecture number 16. I am trying to keep the same board that was there in the last class, because in the last class exactly I have given you a problem, and today we are going to discuss the solution to the problem. So if you refresh your memory, in the last class we have discussed the energy required to assemble a system of charges. So now certain things will become clear when you solve a problem. So what do you mean by a system of charges? So here you have the system of charges which are kept in a particular style, and that style is a cubical box. In the case of the derivation that we have done in the last class, we said that different charges Q1, say for example this is Q1, Q2, Q3 etc. like this, different charges will be kept at the locations R1, R2, R3. So that is the generic situation we write. Now in particular, instead of saying R1, R2, R3, we say that it is kept on the corners of a cube. And Q1, Q2, Q3, all of them can be identically same. That means everything takes the value of minus E. Because charges come in two flavors, a negative charge and positive charge. So you have an option of having a positive charge like plus 2E at the center here, or the minus of some number. So minimum value would be minus of a single electronic charge. And the next one should be 2 times E. So that quantization, you already know that the minimum charge that is possible is only 1 times the electronic charge. And if you want to increase the charge value, you can increase only by integral multiples. That means 2 times E, 3 times E, etc. So as an example, we are now considering that this Q1, Q2, Q3s are identically same. 8 of them you take, because 8 corners are there. 8 of them are kept at the corners of a cube. That is the first thing. The second thing is, at the body center of the cube, you have plus 2E, which is kept here. So therefore, what you understand from this problem is that Q1, Q2, Q3, etc. can be any charge as you like. It can be plus charge, it can be a minus charge, and you can keep it anywhere. And if you keep anywhere, and that particular geometrical structure that you made is known as the configuration. It need not be in a specific geometry like spherical shape or a rectangular box shape. It is not like that. There is no need to have a well-defined named structure. Okay, it can be distributed in different places. It is always possible to draw a line between two charges. We may not be knowing the name of that particular structure, but that is not important. So what is the meaning of configuration? I am explaining. Configuration means keeping the charges in some positions or in some places like this and fixing them. Fixing them is important. You are not allowing to move. That is important, and that is called configuration. So now coming to the solution. Solution is fairly simple. But only thing is that we have to identify how many pairs are there. So let us go to the board now. So in the last class we have written this kind of an expression that W, the total energy or the total work done on the system is equal to, we have written two versions. One is with half, the another one is without half. So the purpose of writing half, I explained that in the last class, that only if you are going to count the number of pairs in such a way that you are going to repeat them, then only half should come if you are going to repeat. If you are not going to repeat, then half should not come. So you have two versions. So one is like this, you have a summation, double summation, where the first summation runs for I, the second one runs for J. If you are going to keep a J not equal to I, if this is the condition, J is not equal to I, then this 1 by 2 will be present. Now in this case, you are going to say that we are going to repeating. So this is called repeated pairs. So that is the meaning of this half. Suppose if you say that no, I am not repeating any pair. Each pair is counted only once. If you are going to say like this, then the equivalent representation is written here that W is equal to, there is no 1 by 2 now. You have only the summation over I. Then you have a summation over J. The condition is J is greater than I. So here only non-repeated. So this clarity is now required. Why it is required is, you should remember one thing, that whenever you are going to solve a problem, you have an opinion or you have a feeling that you remember some formula and then write down that formula and substitute all the numbers. That is how you have a general opinion. It is not so. It is not always true. Okay. We don't have something like a standard formula and we are going to substitute that. So that is why I am now coming back to this W and explaining. So we have two cases where half is present here, where half is not there here. Both are equal. Both are identically same. Now, the question that I am asking is, are you going to put a 1 by 2 here in your problem and solve it, or that will you use this formula without a 1 by 2? That is a question. So that you have to decide in what way you are going to count. If you are going to count the pairs in such a way that repeated pairs are counted, repeated pair means, see, there is a 1 minus e here. So let me show that this minus e, comma, there is a right side minus e. This is one pair. If you interchange them, what will happen? Interchange means, if I am going to count that minus e, this minus e I will write here, and then that minus e I will write later. It looks very similar. You can easily make a mistake. How they look very similar? Because x comma y is written as y comma x. That is what is written. Here, x means this minus e, y means that minus e. So pair is what is written as x comma y. So if you are interchanging them, it looks once again minus e comma minus e. So you should be careful whether you are going to consider the order of the thing. These two are identically same. Okay, this is called a single pair. So if you are going to count this as a single pair, then let me put a tick here. So this is valid. So this is the meaning of counting the single pairs you have to count. And here repeated pair means you are counting that this is one pair and this is second pair. So that clarity is already there. In the last class I explained. So now once again I am explaining, in order to make sure that you have to use the correct formula, namely either you use this one and make sure that you count double the time, or you use this formula and make sure that you are going to count only one time. Okay. So that point should be clear before you start the problem. Otherwise the entire thing will go wrong. Okay. So let us now, we are going to choose this particular method. Namely, let us count it carefully so that we count every pair only once. We will not repeat them. So that things will be clear. And therefore, for solving this problem, let us not use this one. Okay, the reason I explained that we will count in such a way that every pair is counted only once. We will not repeat. Okay, that is the point. Let me erase this portion now. So the counting may look very simple, but at the same time you have to be careful in order to avoid any mistakes that is possible. So how to count is, it is very easy, but let us write down and see what are the different ways of counting the pair. You take a cube. In that cube, you have the front face. For example, you take a face like this. So this is a face. And then the side of this particular face will be A. Because it's a square, both sides you have A. Now where are the charges present? So if you are going to consider a face here, where are the charges present? So charges are present in the four corners. So we have four corners, you have the charges. So let me write down that Q's are present. Q's means charges. So charges are present at four corners. Remember that we have a cube. Cube will have 8 corners, but let it be there. But in order to make total number of count, we have to do one by one. We cannot consider all the things together. So first of all, let us consider one face. How many faces are there? That we will do later. First of all, you consider that there is a one face. Let us take a front face. And then you can easily identify where are the charges present. The charges are present at the corners. So which means that I will put a pink color dot here. So there is a minus E, there is a minus E, there is a minus E, and once again minus E. So each one of them will be a minus E. So this is also minus E like this. You have 4 charges, identical charges are present. So therefore, because of this diagram, what is an advantage? This diagram will give you clear idea that how many pairs are there we want. So therefore, we have how many pairs means one pair can be formed from the side. That means let me write down like this. Minus E comma minus E. This is a pair. How to pair? Let us see. There are different ways of doing the pair. This pair along the edge we can see. So along edge. So if you are going to consider, this is called edge, right? This is one edge, horizontal edge. Then you have a vertical edge. Again horizontal, but it is in the top side. So like this you can consider. So you can have a pair minus E comma minus E pair along the edge. So this is one type of pair. But when you say edge, then you can know the distance between them. Okay, with distance A. If you are going to consider the edge, that is I am talking about this one. If you are considering the edge here, the distance will be A. So this is one type of pair. Let me write down that this is A. You are going to have several varieties of pairs. So that is why I am now making sure that you are now considering the pairing along the edges. Okay, now how many edges are there? This is fine, but you don't have only one edge in a cube. Like in a square you have 4 edges, but we don't have square, we have a cube. So in a cube how many edges are there? So then you write down that you can easily count how many edges are there in a cube. So we have 12 edges are there. So 12 edges are there. In these 12 edges, you have a minus E comma minus E pair. And then the corresponding distance between the two charges will be A. So this is what I want to tell. So let me just keep one box here. So that similar to this one, you have to make other information. You have to gather similar information and then you can solve the problem. So our analysis now shows that we started with a square, then we can easily move on to the cube. So starting with one face, you understand like this. And in the case of the cube, you have 12 edges. So on the two corners of the edges, you have minus E comma minus E charge. That forms a pair. And the distance between the two charges in this case is R equal to A. So this is A. So A means we say that this is called one way of forming the pair. Is this the only way? Can't you have any other option for the pairs? That is what is the question that you are asking. And then you understand that you can also form pairs in a different way. So what is the different option now is that you can consider the pair along the diagonal like this. See, I am now drawing the line. So in yellow color, I have drawn a line. Remember that this particular diagonal is drawn on the face, not the body. Body diagonal is different, face diagonal is different. Okay, face means the front face, the side face, etc. of the cube. And then you are going to connect them. If you are going to connect them, what happens is, this is the B I am writing. Now also I will be having a minus E comma minus E pair. So once again I have the same pair here. That means minus E comma minus E will be the pair. But what will be the distance between them? This distance, the yellow color line. When you draw a yellow color line, the distance will be given by square root of, you consider this triangle. So you have to take this particular right angle triangle and then calculate what is the length of the yellow color line. So therefore that gives me square root of A square plus A square. So that gives you square root of 2 multiplied by A. So therefore our conclusion is that it is possible to form a pair like this by considering the face diagonals. So now you ask the question, how many face diagonals are possible in a cube? So just you have to go back here because you are having this diagram with you. So you should keep the diagram with you and then think about. So you can always connect a line like this here, right? You can always connect a line like this. This is called the face diagonal. If you connect like this, that is a face diagonal. And this is one way to form. Is this the only way? No. You can also connect like this. This is also face diagonal. And both the distance are equal. So this is your second pair. So first pair and second pair is now obtained on the top side. Similarly, on the left face, this is one face, and then front face. Then you have a bottom face. then you have a right side face. Okay, how many faces are there in a cube? 6 faces are there. So in one face, how many pair you can form? 2 pairs you can form. So that is what we are going to write now. So in one face you can have 2 pairs. 2 pairs are present, or we can say that possible. Now in a cube we have 6 faces. So that gives you the information that total number of pairs possible is 6 faces. Each one of the face will give you 2 pairs. Therefore 6 into 2 will give you 12 pairs. So 12 pairs of the type -e, is possible with the distance between them given by square root of 2 into a. That's all. So this is the point number B. So point number A is written here. This is your point number A. I have put a white color box, right? That is the point number A. So you have 12 edges. Along the 12 edges, -e, pair. Now you have to be careful. This is also -e, pair. This is also -e, pair. But however, what is the difference? The difference is the distance between the pair is r equal to a. Here the distance between the pair is r equal to root 2a. So you can easily see that it is possible to generate, or it is possible to combine different pairs with different distances. And at the same time, remember, at the same time, we are not repeating any pair. This is unrepeated pair. Okay. One particular pair is counted only once. That is very important. Otherwise, that formula 1 by 2 you have to use it or not. There you will make a mistake. So we are now counting in such a way that we don't repeat any pair. So let me put once again this box so that this is another important information required for calculation. So this is fine. So A is over, B is over. Now is this, so 12 pair here, 12 pair here. Is it the only thing, or is it possible to consider some more pair, or that's all about it? That's the question. And now you can think, is there any other pair? Now we get one more set of pairs are possible. How can you consider another set of pair is, you consider the body diagonal. So where is the body diagonal? Body diagonal is like this. For example, if you are going to consider the front left. So I am showing the green color cursor, right? That is the front face left side. Body diagonal means where you have to go? You have to go to the back side top. That is this one. This one. So these two you have to connect. So that means the bottom left corner front side to the back side face top corner, that is this one. These two things you have to join. If you join them by a straight line, that is called the body diagonal. Okay, that is clear. If you join them, what is happening? What is happening means there is one charge in this corner, that is this one, and there will be another charge at the other corner here. And similarly, it is not only this is the only option. You can also consider this charge. For example, you can consider this particular thing and come all the way like this, and then come to this charge, this one. So if you are going to join these two, that is also known as a body diagonal. Okay, body diagonal means top to bottom you have to come and you have to cross the face. Face means this is the top face, right? So let me draw one line here. So if you are going to draw a line like this, you are crossing the face, namely the top to bottom, and you are also crossing the entire body. So this should be a straight line. Okay, this blue color line I have not drawn straight, but if you draw a perfect straight line here, then this is one pair. So there is a -e here, there is a -e here. So this is the possible. So the question is, if you draw this, what is the length of the blue color line that I have drawn? It's supposed to be a straight line. Okay, so that is what is the next possibility. So AB is written. Now let us write down the C. Consider body diagonal. Body diagonal pairs. Okay, if it is the case, what is the distance? So distance between, or we will say that distance of distance of body diagonal of a cube equal to square root of a square plus a square plus a square, because you have to, how you are traveling, how to calculate the body diagonal distance, how you are doing is basically you can't come like this directly. Instead of that, you are making a travel like this. So let me show in the green color cursor. You first have to travel along this white line and come here. Then afterwards you are traveling along this white line and coming like this. And then again you are coming down like this white line and then you are reaching here. So the way of traveling is like this. And then you are calculating what is the net distance by taking it is basically something like, so same Pythagoras theorem you are applying. Square root of a square plus a square. Then further you have to add another a square along this direction. So all the three of them you are adding. And therefore we will be having the distance equal to square root of 3 times a. So that is the body diagonal. How many pairs are possible? So this is okay. How many body diagonal can you draw? Okay, you can easily draw how many of them you can draw. You have to again and again see the diagram. Okay, so blue color line, that is from here to here, one blue line is one pair. Another pair is you can draw like this from here to maybe I'll show like this. It can come down like this and reach the bottom charge. So come to the bottom charge like this. So that is the one. Okay, so this is the second possibility. What about the third possibility? From here to that corner. And the last option is from here to this last corner. For information, I'll show you that this is how it will be. So this is another possibility. So this is one more possibility. So how many possibilities are there? 4 possibilities are there. So that is what we have to write down here. So we have 4 pairs. We have 4 pairs along the body diagonal. Along the body diagonal. So I will write down the pair is minus e comma minus e. Why I am writing minus e comma minus e is, you should not confuse what is happening to the plus charge. See, there is also one plus 2e charge is there. That is sitting idle. We did not consider this still. Okay. If you are going to consider, then there will be another pair coming into picture. So without considering the plus 2e charge, we are writing all possibilities. So that is why I am every time writing minus e comma minus e. So 4 pairs are possible with, if you are going to consider this body diagonal, our R will be equal to square root of 3 times a. So this is the next option. So we can put a box here. Okay. Then now let us consider the positive charge, because positive charge you are not at all considered in forming the pairs. So now if you consider the positive charge, how many pairs can we form? So that is our, we will see here, and this is not difficult now. Now let us consider, now you have a positive, so everything should be counted with reference to the positive charge. So from the positive charge, that is this pink color point, you draw a line to one corner, you draw a line to another corner, you draw a line to another corner, you draw a line to another corner. Like this only you can form the pairs. So these are the possible pairs. How many corners are there in a cube? 8 corners are there. So there is a body center here. Body center is the positive charge. So from the positive charge, you draw line. You draw line means what? The pair will be plus 2e comma minus e. Plus 2e comma minus e. That is called the pair. So like that you can form 8 number of pairs are possible. So let me write down that the last option that we have is that we have the pairs. We have the pairs formed by plus 2e comma minus e. This pair is possible. How many are possible? You have to see 8 pairs are possible. 8 pairs are possible. Okay. For these 8 pairs, what will be the distance between the two charge? Which distance between which charge? Plus 2e and minus e. and you already have here some number. You see that root 3a is there. So therefore, this is the body diagonal, and this distance will be half of that. So this distance will be half of that. So I'll write down that this is root 3 by 2 into a. Because the pair plus 2e comma minus e, if you see the diagram, then you can easily understand that the distance from plus 2a, if you come to this minus a, the distance is equal to half of the body diagonal. The body diagonal is already there. The diagram is already there in the diagram, and you are going to consider half of the distance. So that is why we write square root of 3 by 2. And now that we have considered, and if you think again, can we form some more pairs? The answer is no. We have exhausted all possibilities. So that is what you have to think. So if you again go back to the diagram and think, can we form still more pairs? The answer is no. We have already formed all number of pairs, and still none of them are repeated. Okay. And if this is the case, so now that we have all the information, once all the information is available, we can now calculate the energy stored in the system, or equivalently we can ask the question, the work done in assembling this system. That's what we are going to calculate. So we'll write down that. So W equal to the work done in order to assemble this system is given by. So let us write down from the case A. What is the case A? First let us go back here. This is the A. So I am showing here. I'll put tick here. A contains 12 edges. So 12 of them are there. So 12 of them will have a minus e pair, and all this information is required. This is what we are going to write down in the formula. So remember, and we'll go down in the board. You have to remember 12. You have to remember minus e comma minus e. You have to remember r equal to a. If you remember that, now we'll come and write down the formula that our expression for the energy is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 into, you have the double summation. The expression says Qi, Qj divided by Rij. That's all is the formula. Here you have I, here you will be having j greater than I. So we can now easily understand the meaning of the summation. The meaning of the summation is simply you find out all the pairs and add them everything. That is the meaning. Add them everything is the meaning given by the double summation. You don't have to worry double summation, triple summation. The number of summation is not at all important. The meaning is what is important. The number is sum up every pair possible. That's all. That is the meaning implied by the double summation. We have already listed all the pairs. So our job is to simply add them out. Okay. So 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 is common for everything. Therefore, I will write it outside. Then open a big bracket, and then case A, just now we have seen that there are 12 pairs are possible. Why I am writing 12 is, otherwise you have to write 12 identical terms and add them. Identical terms, why do you want to write 12 times and add? That is what is called 12, right? So instead of adding, no, I don't want to write a plus a plus a plus etc. 12 times I don't want to write. No, this is already, you know that this is 12a. That is exactly what I am telling. The 12 of them are identical pairs, but they are not same pair. Same pair is different, identical pair is different, isn't it? I can have a minus e. See, you have a minus e comma minus e. This is one pair. There is also another pair minus e comma minus e. This is also minus e comma minus e pair, but this is located at x1 comma y1. This is located at x2 comma y2. Location is different means different pair. Identical, I use the word identical because both the charges are minus e comma minus e. So that difference should be clear. Identical doesn't mean that 12 of them are same pair. Same pair is different, identical pair is different. So we have 12 identical pairs which are located in different places x1, y1, and that is why this kind of addition is possible. So 12 of them are there. So I am putting 12 times. 12 times what? Qi, Qj. So Qi is the first charge. First charge is minus e. The second charge is also minus e. That is the pair that you have. Then divided by the distance between these two pairs happens to be, you have to remember what we have written here. Yeah, the distance between them is given by r equal to a. So here it is there. So this is what you are going to use, that r equal to a. So therefore you substitute a there. divided by A. And that's all. So that gives you the energy to bring these 12 number of pairs in such a way that their distance is A. Okay. Plus, so that is over. Plus, what about the different types of, this is one type of pair. Come to another type of pair. But before that, I want to delete this. Some space I will erase. Okay. So plus, let us, again I forgot. So what was the value? 12 is over. So this is over. I'll put a tick here. So this 12 edges are over. Now we are coming to the B, yellow color one. Once again we have 12 pairs, but now the distance is root 2a. So now we are going to consider this one, yellow color one. So corresponding to that, you write down the expression. So we have the same 12 number of pairs are there. So I'll write down 12 number of pairs are there. First charge will be minus e. Second charge is also minus e. The distance between them is given by root 2 times a. The distance between them is given by root 2 times a. So this is what we have written. So by writing this term, you have finished another 12 pair. So 12 pair plus 12 pair, 24 pairs you finished now. So right now you have finished 24 pair. That means what is the meaning is, in this summation we have finished 24 terms. That is the meaning. It is not 2 terms. Remember, this summation, when you expand it, basically it is 12 terms. Because they are identical, we are writing 12 times, 12 into this. So 24 terms are over in the summation. Then plus, what else is there? So now you come to this sandal color. The sandal color, you have 4 pairs are there. Therefore, I will write 4 times. What kind of pair you have? You have a minus e comma minus e pair. So I will write down minus e is the first charge. Again minus e is the second charge. But the distance between them is given by root 3 times a. So I will write down that this is root 3 times a. And that's all. 4 more terms are over. So in the summation, 4 more terms are over. Then plus, you have, again you have 8 pairs are there. That means 8 terms are there. So if I add all the 8 terms, I will be getting 8 times. What kind of pair it is? Plus 2e and minus e. So I will write down the first charge is plus 2e. Second charge is minus e. Then divided by the distance between them is root 3 by 2a. So you write down that this is root 3 by 2 into a. And that's all. And nothing more is there. So you have considered all possible pairs. So you have considered all possible pairs, and this will be the total energy of the system. And after that, this is only a matter of taking a calculator and then find out how much is this 12 by root 2, 4 by root 3, etc. So, but otherwise the solution is already ready. This is the answer. Let us see if anything can be done. Now I think you can take some e square by a common, right? So let me take down. So if you take e square by a common, you are left out with this kind of numbers. Okay, some positive numbers are there, some negative number is there. Okay, this can be simplified using a calculator. So let me take a calculator and then simplify how much this comes. So that is equal to, so I am getting this as 4.319. Okay, so I'll write down this as 4.319. 4.319 is the number for all these things. So it happens to be a plus value here. So much times multiplied by, you have an e square divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 into a. And that's all. So that is a w. So whether you are going to simplify like 4.319 or just leave it as such in the previous step, that doesn't matter. So finally this is the answer. So our conclusion is that the work done happens to be greater than 0. So it is not necessary that you should always get positive number. Sometimes you can get negative value also. That is not a problem because it is a work done. So work done can be considered equivalent to a potential energy. So potential energy can be negative or positive. If it is kinetic energy, only you have to be careful. Only positive values are allowed. Potential energy, both positive and negative is allowed. Positive means you are going to do the work. If I say that W is greater than 0, as in this example, the meaning is that we have to do work in order to assemble the system. That is the meaning. Suppose if W is less than 0, we don't have to do. The system will do the work for you. So we say that it is the work done by the system. Now we have to say, now means greater than 0. Now we have to say that work is done on the system. So that is what is the meaning. Work is done on the system to create it or to assemble it. So that is the conclusion. So whether you are going to use the word on or by, that is important. If it is greater than 0, then we have to say on. If it is less than 0, we have to say by. So okay, so this is the idea. So the idea clearly tells you what is the purpose of this particular calculation is that we are able to understand how to count the number of pairs in a given system. It need not be in the form of a cube. It can be in the form of a triangle or in the form of hexagon. But as you see, geometry enters into picture. You should know how to calculate the distance between the body diagonal, distance between the body center to the corner. So if the diagram is given for a hexagon, for example, you should know how to find the distance between one corner to the another corner of an hexagon. So there is an assumed knowledge of mathematics is there. You should know basic geometry in order to deal with the situation. So this is called assembling, means not necessarily a particular well-known geometry. Even undefined geometrical structure also you can construct, and in that case a proper diagram with the distances should be provided. If you are going to say regular hexagon, no distances will not be provided. Okay, you are supposed to know how to calculate the distance between the two corners of a hexagon. So that is the idea. So you need to practice one or two problems of this kind so that you actually know what actually you are doing for the summation. By doing this problem, what you understand is you are actually able to understand and grasp the meaning of the double summation. Okay, otherwise, theoretically, you write an equation and it looks as if something complicated. It is not so. Double summation represent only the meaning implied by the double summation is that simply add all the pairs. However, whatever be the number of pairs, consider all of them and add them. That's all the meaning of the double summation. Even if it is triple summation, that is the meaning. So triple summation will come if you have ijk. If you have three indices, first index for I equal to, the second one will come for j equal to, and the third summation will come for k equal to. So again, the meaning implied by the triple summation is also same. Okay, you consider instead of pairing, now you don't have pair now, you have I, j, k, triplet. Okay, you are keeping three objects at a time. Then only you will get a triple summation. Otherwise you don't get. For pair, you only get double summation. So if you are going to merge three objects together, and if you ask the question in how many ways you can combine three objects at a time, then you consider all such possibilities and add them. So the meaning is that this is to consider all possible combinations and add them. That is the meaning of the double summation. Okay, and the triple summation. So let us now discuss more about this formula. Which formula? This one. So let us make some more remarks about this particular formula, and then we will see how this is connected to the electric potential.